Hey everybody, it's been a while. Um, this is the first day since the funeral, and I thought I owed a video to my followers and thank you for my subscribers. Um, Grief is hard. Grief is really hard. I lost my father last Wednesday. It's currently Monday, and it's rough. And it's not my first rodeo. I've been down this path before, and I figured it might be helpful to make a video for those people who might be grieving currently now, or you're always grieving. You never don't grieve. It just hits you differently after time goes on. It hits you in different waves. So to be clear, I lost my sister in 2012. So that should be about 13 years ago now. And my father, the one who we buried, is my stepfather, and he's been my stepfather for 44 years. And I was raised with my sister, and she's my sister, and he's my father. And, we've had a very interesting life. There's a lot of complexity, and I think that's part of the thing about this grief is I'm grieving the relationship, but I think I'm grieving the possibilities also a lot because it was really complex. There was definitely some good things and some great memories, and there was a lot of uh, hard stuff, a lot of hard stuff that we were dealing with that just adds to the complex nature of grief in the first place. And yesterday was a funeral, and I feel like a part of me broke when I saw my niece, my sister's oldest daughter by birth, put her hand on my sister's gravestone or headstone and put the other hand on my father's casket. Like, she sat there, she kneeled with one hand outstretched on my sister's tombstone and the other touching my father's casket. And a part of me broke inside. It's hard for me, but those were the two most important people in her life. Gone. So what do we do? What I can do. I can share with you, this is my first day after the funeral. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to work out. I didn't want to, I still have not showered. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to go in public. I don't want to have conversations. It's natural when you've lost somebody to just not want to interface. And that's okay. That's 100% fine. I have a family I have to be there for, and I don't want them to go crazy trying to be there for me. They are being there for me, but I'm a mother. I'm there for them. I need to take care of them. So my children have been wonderful, but I need to get my stuff together and show up for life. Because I can tell you right now, my dad would not want me to do anything less. And certainly not for him. He would not take that as any excuse to be able to bail out of life. He was the kind of person that was extremely helpful. He was just a helper. In his town, he was a helper. He helped everybody. He is an electrician by trade, and he was working well into his late 70s because that's just what he did. He was one of those Valley good old boys, and they all just got together. Like, here's an example of like the kind of town that I grew up in. It's kind of a throwback when you consider it a northeastern town. You wouldn't expect this, but the generations of people that are in this town go back years and years and years and years, right? And so my father and his family had been in the valley forever, and so had his friends. And I was over my mom's house like 2 weeks ago before he had passed. And we were looking in the bottom of our house and just getting some tools out and just getting some other things out that needed to be cared for. And one of my father's friends stopped by and happened to have a Harley. And so my mom is outside talking to this gentleman while my husband and I are outside talking to this gentleman. And then, not 3 minutes later, another car pulled up, and it was another one of my father's friends. And basically this happened until there was like 5 people pulled over, all talking. And this is what I would see happen all the time with my dad, is like, if he was outside fixing a truck, it's like the good old boy patrol. Like, one person would see it, another person would see it, another person would see it, and then like you'd have like a crew of guys like all huddled around a car engine, all talking shop. And I miss that. That was fun stuff. And seeing these guys gathered at the wakes and the funeral was hard. And just knowing that this generation of men who could do just about anything, build houses, do electrician, plumbing, do electrical work and plumbing, and build cars. And my dad used to hop cars up all the time, take them racing. They're slowly going, and it's really sad. So some great memories of mine. Back to the point. First day after the funeral, I forced myself to get out of the house. I forced myself to go to the gym. I even wrote my coach. I texted him and I let him know, like, James, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything right now. And he was like, you don't have to. And I knew that. But I knew my daughter wanted to train, and it was good to get out of the house. I feel like I went backwards like 2 months worth of training and development. I feel like a shadow of the person that I was just a couple months ago, but I know that's not the case. But that's how it feels in my head, and it's very easy to get stuck there, people. So if you're going through grief, try and get yourself outside. Try to make an arrangement to get out and go either see another person or do something positive for yourself. When I lost my sister, I think I was devastated. For the first 2 weeks were very hard. And just like I expected, I got to the gym and I cried. And then I went to get a bagel with my daughter after that, and I cried. Like, I just have to accept the fact that, that's the way grief is. You have no idea when it's going to hit you, but it's going to hit you often. It's going to hit you hard. And I just try to remember to tell myself that crying is just your expression of love for that person. And that the tears are a small price to pay for that love. And I remember when I was crying for my sister when she passed, and I still do cry for my sister. She's worth it. I'm only crying because I love her. And I'm only crying because I've missed her and because of missed opportunities to be with her. I gave the eulogy yesterday on my dad, and there was a lot in there. But I think the most important lesson that I got out of this was love comes in the most unexpected places. Be open to it. And I wrote in the eulogy, and if my dad was to give a message that he wanted to leave with people, what would it be? It would be, get off your phone and go outside. Because he was a big outdoorsman. We only have this one journey. Go out and live it. Don't waste your time on relationships that are not feeding you. Don't waste your time on small people that are hurting you. Only be with people and spend time on things that are going to build you up and enrich your life, because it's so short. It's so short. And, for those people that have been there for me, I really appreciate it. From my friend Derek at Syndicate Video Media, like, your videos, especially lately, have been very entertaining. and have made me laugh when nothing else would. So I appreciate you. And I appreciate everybody else who showed up. And I may not have the largest subscriber count, but I really appreciate you guys being there and just, you know, giving me your time by watching my videos. And I hope that they're useful. And this is a little bit of a rambling video. I don't have a script. I don't have fancy lighting. I even have yesterday's makeup on. But it's honest. Grief is hard. And I'm sure I've got many more cry periods ahead of me today and tomorrow and moving on. But I'm going to do my best to be the person that my dad believed I am. Love y'all. I'll see you in the next one.